Apparently, a lot of people didn't know what geofencing was, and when I made a video telling them that their, in this case, it was TikTok app, it was different to my TikTok app in Japan, they were very surprised. And it made me think, well, what is it that they don't understand, and what is it that they're concerned about? And I think what they don't understand is that all apps are specific to the region. They may be unified in their code base. They may be all the same app around the world, but how they're delivered to you in your region differs, and that differs in varying degrees. TikTok is one of the apps that is particularly local centered. That is, it sends you content nearest to you because it thinks that's what you want. It's not because it's trying to lock you out or censor what you see in any way. It's actually optimizing for watch time. So when you get your app from a store, it's going to be the store in the country where you live. So if you live in the US, you're on a store that provides apps. Although it is the same app around the world, it has different controls for you. For example, in the TikTok app, there's a TikTok shop in the US. In most countries, there isn't a TikTok shop. So the controls for that TikTok shop are turned on for you, but for me, here in Japan, those controls are turned off. On the other side, there are some issues around data transfer that is different for your app. That is, American users' data is now no longer allowed to be transferred out of the US onto servers in China. That is, the ByteDance servers. So all your data is kept on Oracle servers in the US. My data and all other people around the world on TikTok, their data is sent to the ByteDance servers in China and other countries around the world. So why is it that people feel like they are being stopped from getting international content? You're not really being stopped. What's happened is that when you've downloaded your app, it's been fingerprinted by TikTok, and it's been fingerprinted not just by the store that you bought it from, but your SIM card, your GPS, your language settings, and even the time that you've set it on. All these contribute to making a identity that is fingerprinted onto that app, and it's the app that you use even if you travel. If you travel all around the world and you got that app in the US, it's still your US TikTok app. When you use a VPN or when you travel, it may allow a smattering of other things to go through to you, but unless you actively seek that foreign content, it's not going to get through, and it's not in any way trying to stop you from accessing this information. It just thinks you don't want it. So the answer for people who have been saying to me, how do I get this TikTok global app? How do I get more foreign content? It really is, one, you are geofenced in, so it's a battle. You are identified as being in the US, and so the controls that are on you are going to limit you. But if you engage enough, you will be able to get content from other countries. Now, on the other side of that, some people say, hey, I get international content all the time. Yes, as I said, you're not blocked from getting that content, and depending on your interests, depending on even keywords that you use in your comments, this will affect how videos are sent to you. And to talk about how videos are sent to you, TikTok takes videos that are uploaded and copies them into multiple servers around the world to send to your servers in your country for you to view. When a viral video in Hamburg is blowing up in Germany, TikTok may copy that, send it to the US to a few viewers. If they interact with it, it'll start pushing it out more. But if they don't react to it, that video stays viral in Germany only. It doesn't get to you. So, viral videos can go viral globally, but it's actually pretty rare. If you want to get more of those videos, you really have to enter search terms with countries. So if you're interested in politics and you want to get more European politics or more Asian politics, then you need to put in the country. You need to put in Vietnam politics, Japan politics, or France politics, Italy politics, and that way you will access that foreign content. However, it still doesn't mean that they'll send it to you. You really have to engage heavily, especially in that content, as opposed to the content in your own country, because TikTok really doesn't think that you want that. And so you have to watch it all the way through. That's important. You have to comment and like and repost, follow the creator, and really engage with that content before you convince the algorithm that this is what you want more of. And even then, it just may not send it to you. I have heard Americans concerned that this new app, if it does come about, is not going to be letting foreign content in. It's really, I don't think that really is the concern. I think whatever you are concerned about, that is already happening now. And it's not that because your data is not being sent to ByteDance that you're not getting other outside foreign content. It's just that your data is not going out. That's not if you're not getting foreign content, it's not because of the Oracle servers. It really is because of the fingerprinting of your identity in the app that you have. Now, like I said, you can train the algorithm to give you more foreign content, and it will. And I think if this new app comes about, this one that is going to possibly be only a US app, I don't know how that's going to work unless they're tied in with TikTok. But in this case, and just for the people who think that we're waiting for TikTok to sell TikTok to a US company, that's not happening because China can't let that happen. People are saying it depends on how the trade deals go. It's got nothing to do with that. It's a law in China that they can't do it, just like it's a law in the US that we can't keep the situation we have now. So that's the end of the discussion on that. There has to be this new app, and it's with ByteDance as a 20% investor in this new app. Are they going to have all this global content being accessible by this new app? That's the question. I don't know. I think it would be strange to have a US specific app that only has content from creators in the US. But then when I think about it and say that out loud, it kind of sounds like what your experience mostly is now. You know, I'm here with you from Japan because I've set that up to do that. When this new app comes out, I will be able to do that. I'll be able to get that set up. But most people around the world are not going to bother doing that just so people in the US can see their content, especially if you're, a content creator that's having videos blow up in Europe and not the US anyway, in Asia and not the US anyway. Why would you go to the trouble of having all the things needed to set up the conditions whereby US people in the US can see your content? I do, because I'm in Japan. I don't make Japanese language content. I'm making English language content. No one in Japan's going to watch that. I wish they would. I wish they could, but they won't. So my target is the US. Hopefully, we will be able to see soon whether this app is going to be connected to TikTok itself, but I can tell you that I'm pretty certain this is a new app. It is not TikTok. They may call it TikTok US, but I guess if TikTok allows all its global content to be accessible on there, then it will be a TikTok app. Will the rest of the world be able to access US content? These are all unknowns. And as I'll just finish with this, not dissimilar to what it is now. This is Lang Standard.